Welcome to Free State Central News. My name is THYS KHIBA. We are speaking to a football legend today. He's a former Kaizer Chiefs player. He's also a former Orlando Pirates player. He played for big teams in the South African football. He also played for Free State Stars, Wits University, Kaizer Chiefs, Bloemfontein Celtics. Also, I've mentioned that he also played for Orlando Pirates. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to Gert Schalkwyk. He was born in the city of Matlosana in Klerksdorp. Gert, welcome to Free State Central News.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to your listeners.
Thank you so much. How does it feel? Firstly, let's start there. In terms of you playing for big teams like Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, I know that you've also played for Santos and also you're playing for Mawisbeck United, but it was on loan. But how does it feel for playing for big teams such as Amakhosi and the Buccaneers?
Yeah, it's a great feeling because I also played for Celtic, so one of the biggest teams in South Africa. But yeah, it was a great feeling. I never thought that I would play for such big teams growing up.
Gert, I'm calling you because we've seen the announcement by Kaizer Chiefs. I know that you are one of the legend and football players who played for that team. They have released their coach, Stuart Baxter. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, but I think it was about time, man. Because Chiefs wasn't doing good, and maybe now when a new coach comes in, he will come with good ideas and winning some trophies. It's been long now. Because I remember when I was playing, we made sure every season we win about one or two trophies. So I think that is a culture of Chiefs. You need to win. You need to win some trophies. Like the same like now at Sundown. Sundown is always winning. They just want to win trophies, and that is what also keeps the players motivated.
Sure. Speaking about you when you were playing at Kaizer Chiefs, did you play with Arthur Zwane, and how was Arthur Zwane as a player? Because I'm asking you this question as you have recently seen that he's now in charge as a caretaker of the team.
Arthur, yes, I was playing with Arthur. Arthur was a guy that always liked discipline, that he will always like motivate you, even if he's not playing. He was one of the guys that will keep the team going. So for me, I think they made a right decision to give Arthur the interim coach. Because Arthur also produced a lot of good youngsters in the MDC. So I think for me, it's a great opportunity for him. I just hope that they will keep him as a head coach, because we need some fresh ideas. He knows the culture of Kaizer Chiefs and stuff. So me, I just wanted to say congratulations to Arthur, because I think he also done well in CAF, when he was the interim coach. So it's about time so that we also give some young coaches a chance.
Sure. There has been a debate about him being appointed as the head coach. I heard you there suggesting that he could be the head coach. Do you think that he has what it takes to take the Kaizer Chiefs first team to where it wants to go? I'm also noting the fact that he produced players like Mchini, who's known as Ngobo. He's one of the fantastic players. Do you think that Arthur Zwane has what it takes to take Amakhosi to Amakhosi that we know of, the Ace Intuleng, Ace Kuze, including yourself?
Yeah, I think because Arthur he knows the culture of Kaizer Chiefs. He knows how to play. As a player, he knew how to win trophies as well. So I think for me, it's the best decision that Chiefs has done for now. I'm not sure are they going to keep him until when, but yeah, I think that for me he is the right choice.
Okay. I've seen recently that you are coaching a team there at the ABC Motsepe League, and You are now a coach who's a former player who used to play a very beautiful football. I'll tell you one thing. One of the things that made me to be proud about the fact that I was born in Klerksdorp back then, it was the fact that you and Moses Pandiel, you represented the community of Alabama and Matlosana very well in the PSL. But how is it for you to be a coach? How are things coming? And in terms of the league, what is your position now?
Firstly, I'm now also assistant coach at Hungry Lions that are playing in the Great Africa. So it's a bit tough in the Great Africa at this moment. You know, we are position 10 and we are still pushing. Me and Moses, we are the two assistant coaches. And yeah, you know, growing up, you know, it was always a dream for us because we had Brennan Silent here.
Sure.
So Brennan was the one that was always motivating us, you know, to also do well, go and play in the PSL and stuff like that. Every time when it was like off season for Brennan will come and then he will train with us, you know, to show us, yeah, this is the way, this is how you must play. So that's why we were grateful to have such leaders in football like Brennan, you know. And from there, you know, we produced a lot of players also as well here in Klerksdorp. So yeah, you just keep on going bigger and bigger.
Sure, yeah. There's a lot of players coming from Klerksdorp. We still have Dinon Dlofu, who is still playing now. And one thing that I've also liked about him is not just a player, he's also a businessman. And speaking about the businessman, we have seen other players who played with you, like Junior Kanye, releasing their books, also sharing with youngsters about the life of a footballer, especially when you get to big teams at a very young age. In terms of your contribution to the community of Matlosana, what is it that you are doing? What is it that we can expect? Are you also going to motivate these young boys, maybe via a book or maybe a documentary? Who knows?
You see, at those moments, like now this past weekend, the Easter weekend, we had a tournament. It was under 13 and 15. It was ladies tournament, and it was seniors, and it was also masters. So what we are trying to do here is to try and promote our football again here in Matlosana. So we were doing the tournament, and it went well because there was a lot of young boys that came out early. You know, there was people from the Free State, from new school, that also came and joined us in the tournament. But I can tell you now that what we saw there, the future looked bright for the young boys because we had ex-PSL players that came that also motivated boys. You know, some of the boys they don't even know us really. You see, because they were not born when we were playing. So you need to also motivate them, show them the way forward. And definitely now in June we are planning also to have like a training camp for under 13 and under 15 that will be held here in Klerksdorp. So firstly we're gonna check at our local base players. So who can we send somewhere for assessment and stuff. But so far so good, you know, it's always about promoting the young boys.
Sure. Gert, before I let you go, you coming from Klerksdorp, you definitely know the history of sports and football in this big city of Matlosana. What happened to the fact that we used to have games and football whereby we've seen the likes of Fenter? There was a team also called R&B which produced the likes of Dinon Dlofu, which was owned later by a person who became a mayor or the executive mayor of the city. But what really happened to football in this city of Matlosana?
I think it's up to us, the former PSL players, you know, to bring football back into our communities. because if we don't do it now who's gonna do it? You see, back then we had great leaders that liked football, but it's not just always just football. We must also look into promoting netball, hockey, all those sporting codes, around our coach area. And that is one of our plans, because we had Filmo Masinga also in Klerksdorp that scored a goal to take us to the World Cup.
Sure.
You see, and then now we have few players in the PSL that comes from Klerksdorp. So I think us as PSL ex-PSL players, we need to groom more. We need to groom more players. Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, before you motivate and have the last words for young football players, I want your score prediction. Then you'll leave us with your last message. Kaizer Chiefs is playing with Stellenbosch. Manchester City is playing with Watford. The struggling Manchester United is playing Arsenal. Your score predictions?
I think by Man United is going to be 0-0. Man City is going to win. And obviously my team, Kaizer Chiefs, is going to beat Stellenbosch today.
Okay. Your last words of motivation to young football players?
I think what most young soccer players are doing, they are not watching our local soccer. Most of them, they watch European soccer. And I think that is also killing our football, because if you are a young boy, you must look how is your Golden Arrows and your Stellenbosch playing, because you want to play one day in the PSL. And so for me, I'm always telling them you must check which team will suit your style of play, because you can't always just watch Man United or Arsenal play. But are you going to go and play for Man United and Arsenal? You first need to start here locally. So first watch your local soccer. And then from there, then you can check, okay, no, I can suit in the style of Golden Arrows, for example. I like to play. So Golden Arrows is a team that likes to play. So let me watch them and work on it. You see, because if you ask now a young boy, 5 players from Golden Arrows, can you mention for you 5 players? They won't. But if you ask him, can you mention 5 players at Man United? They will definitely do it. But that is what I'm always telling them. You need to watch your local football a lot, so that you can see who is making a lot of errors, and then you work on that. So when you go on assessments or trials, then you know, okay, I must go and do that so that the coach can look at me.
He says it was about time that coach Stuart Baxter to leave Kaizer Chiefs. Gert Schalkwyk is a former Orlando Pirates player and also a former Kaizer Chiefs player. He also played for Bloemfontein Celtics. Gert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you a lot for the interview. Really appreciate it.
All right.